Italy, thank you so much for joining us, and the stage is yours, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with you today. I'm very proud to be one of you. One of 1.2 million Rotarians around the world, and my presentation today will be about the RCF, formerly known as Rotary Children's Fund, and its international cultural exchange program called Golden Gates. Right in the presentation, I want to be clear. Rotary has great youth exchange program where the students travel to the different countries, exchanging under Rotary supervision, spending a year in one country, another 40,000 students any time of the day in a year. But we're not part of that. Just want to be clear. Rotary had great GSE, group exchange, group study exchange program. I've been a part of this program and actually worked with the groups from Colombia, Argentina, France, Belgium. Great program, but we're not part of that either. Rotary has great friendship exchange program. And I've been a part of this program right before pandemic started and had just absolutely fantastic time with our group from our district 7710 in Croatia. Would recommend anybody to get involved in this program. I joined the committee for the friendship exchange in our district. But presentation that I'm going to speak is not part of that either. We're just one of the project or organization that was started by a Rotarian or the Rotary Club, because I truly believe the power of Rotary is each one of us, Rotarian, with the success and experience behind them. Because we know when there is a great idea and we Rotarians support it, we can be successful, we can go far. And one of the modern success story is the Polio Plus program and organization that I'm going to speak about is one that was inspired by Rotarians, funded by Rotarians, and run by Rotarians. If you will allow me, I would like to relate my program today to the four-way test. I'm sure that you know it by heart, and I already saw the proof that that fifth thing is pretty important thing for this club, isn't it? I hope so, because when we have fun by doing good, we can do more of that. So let's start it. Is it the truth, the organization, the program, the presentation that I'm going to speak? Let's say to be able to better understand where I'm coming from, you need to know a little bit my background, because I was the guy who came up with the idea back in the 90s. And if you know a little bit about myself, it would be a little bit more entertaining and clearer to understand what I'm talking about. I was born right there in the south of the Soviet Union, in the Kazakhstan. Muslim country, surrounded by the Muslim countries. I was raised there. We lived during the Soviet Union time, but we were happy. International community. When I got 15, I left my home and went alone to the different country and went through the music college, music school, music college, music conservatory, joined very famous group, and by my 20th I already traveled with that group everywhere. One day we got a chance to come to United States as a part of cultural exchange. We spent 3 weeks touring here. It was pretty rare opportunity. And when there was a time to go back, friends of mine offered stay a little bit longer, see a little bit more of America. I thought, there probably will not be another chance for me to come to United States. So I decided to stay a little bit longer. And then a little bit longer. And then a little bit longer. Eventually I immigrated to United States. That happens. We all immigrants here. We came this generation or few generations before. And when I found myself in this wonderful free country of opportunities, I thought, what can I do? Because I couldn't do anything else. I was a musician. So I put together a music group called Moscow Nights. And it became pretty popular. Pretty much within a year, we got to the top chair with this kind of music. We would perform every day. New York City, California, Alaska, Hawaii, Europe, islands. We would perform in performing arts centers, colleges, universities, all over. And I think we were successful. How successful we were? Let's say it this way. You probably have that question. How much money did you make to consider yourself successful? At that time, each of us made per day more money than most people in Russia made per month. So I would say in some way we were pretty successful. We were invited and played in the Disney World, Disneyland. We performed in the Dollywood. We were invited to the private parties and presentation to the people like Oh, this is Dolly. She's a very nice person. She actually has her own literacy project with Rotary as well. So one day we got invitation to do the presentation at the meeting. We didn't have any idea what kind of meeting is that, but our friend said, you need to be there. The best people will be there. It's ended up, it was a Rotary meeting. There was 800 people were there. There was lots of Rotary clubs from Russia and lots of Rotary clubs through the United States who had connection with that part of the world. And we were invited there to put flavor of Russia to that meeting. We did our job. Usually it was successful. Then we were offered there to stay as guests. It's a normal thing at the Rotary meetings to feel welcome, all visitors. So by staying there at that meeting and things that I heard there changed my life. I'm pretty sure that every one of you had your reason to join Rotary. Maybe you joined Rotary because you heard about wonderful things that Rotary does around the world and you wanted to join Rotary. Maybe you joined Rotary because you saw that Murrieta Rotary Club doing great thing for the local community. You want to volunteer, participate, you join Rotary. Maybe you just got a call from Jane or from Patsy saying, this is the great group, we meet once a week, you need to be a part of this group, you join Rotary. I don't know. You had your reason. My reason was right there. I was witnessing the conversation. When the Rotary Club started to talk, one club will stand up and will say, ladies and gentlemen, our club traveled to Russia, to Siberia. Soviet Union collapsed, new government is not there. There are lots of sick people, there are doctors, there are facilities. We have Rotarians friends there, we're ready to do the project. How can we help these people to in this difficult time as Rotarians? Another club jumped in and said, we've been there as well, we prepared something. We have the medical equipment sitting in the storage for $5 million when the local hospital did renovation, and we'll be happy to donate it to this project. Another club stood up and said, if you guys do that, we will travel there and we'll help to set it up for our own expense. Only problem will be how to deliver it there. And another club stood up and said, I think you will need our help because we'll be happy to participate. We have a connection with the Air Force. We fly to that part of the world. Give us 3-4 weeks, give us your equipment and consider it done. And the speaker said, okay, done. Let's move to the next topic. When I heard that, it put goosebumps on my skin because I immediately felt I am in the company of great people who has the goodwill, experience, success behind them, who can make the world a better place so successfully. People came here not to entertain themselves and spare the time, but looking for the problems, can identify the problems, can deliver help to so many people. To me, it was a sign. I want to be a part of this group. I want to join this group, and in the future, if there is a chance, I would like to contribute by being a part of this group. And basically, my music, at that time, I lived in a place called Boulder, Colorado. Maybe you heard about city of Boulder. People at that time called it a Republic of Boulder. I don't know what's that mean, but it was pretty expensive place to be and very fun place. But my music business moved me from Boulder, Colorado to Cleveland, Ohio. And my friends, Matthew, made fun of me. They said, what happened in your life you had to make that move? I didn't understand the humor then. Later on I did, because people still believe that stories about burning rivers, it's a modern stories. No, it's old stories like dinosaurs. You can drink from the water, from the river there in the Cleveland now. It's clean. But it was for the accordion player, it was a pretty logical move. Accordion is known as a very multicultural community, and there's lots of different nationalities, and celebrating from the middle of the spring to the middle of the fall, every week you can go to the different places and see the celebration of different communities. That was my place. And by being an accordion, capital of the world, accordion place, Cleveland, so I found myself there, and I joined the Rotary Club, Lakewood Rocky River Rotary Club in the Cleveland, west side of Cleveland. That was a pretty big club. Around 130, 150 people will meet at the meeting. And one of my sponsors was the gentleman. He was Carl Johnson. He was the World War II veteran. He was one of those soldiers who in 1945 on the April 25th met with Russian soldiers on the Elba River. And by the way, my grandfather was fighting at the same time on another side of that river. That was coincidence that I found. But so many years passed and the veterans started to communicate with each other. And it's worked out that our veterans and Rotarians went to Russia, went to Volgograd, former Stalingrad, where the biggest battle of the World War II happened. And when they went there, they made such a good friendships. They chartered a Rotary Club there. It became a Volgograd Rotary Club. And when Rotarians from Volgograd started to come to United States and to Cleveland, by being a Russian background and speaking two languages, I became an entrepreneur, translator, driver, host, and everything else. And I was happy to be it because Mayor of Volgograd was guest in my house. And when I saw then people living on the both sides of the iron cold wall for so wall for so many years, lived and was fed with propaganda. By meeting, they made such great friendships. They broke all stereotypes. You couldn't fool them anymore with the propaganda that our governments fed to us. You couldn't fool them anymore with all the junk that media can comes up that will tell you you cannot be friends. You cannot. You have to be afraid of each other. You have to be protected from each other. They just became such a great friends and made such a great relationship. To me, it was a sign. If there's this kind of relationships and connections make the world better place and better relations, maybe there could be a system in this thing. I had an idea. I proposed it to the club because by that time I already had agents and I booked groups and the companies across the continents. I had experience with that. The few respectful people supported me. Committee organized. We met number of times, and in the end, on August 27, 2003, fully formed and registered Rotary Children's Fund that was meant to build cultural bridges and manage cultural exchanges between countries. Actually, I had chance to travel and present this program in the front of the Rotary president at that time, and that was me when I was young. Somehow I feel he doesn't remember that meeting. To me, it was very memorable event to visit with the Rotary president and have a little speech. That was exciting. So we thought we'll start to bring the groups one way and another from one country to another, and people will come forward and will support us. Didn't happen. We had to put together the system, get in touch with the Rotary clubs, different organizations, educational institutions, and give the opportunity to the young people travel from country to country, present their program to the organizations and the different events, and convince people and organizations it's worth it program to be supported. In the end, the main activity for our organization became international cultural exchange program called Golden Gates. We called it Golden Gates not because of the Golden Gate Bridge. No. Remember, I was living in Cleveland, Matthew. Cleveland doesn't have Golden Gate Bridge. Not even that. That building behind me, it's a building in the downtown of Kyiv, Ukraine. 1,000 years old. It's called Zoloty Vorota, translated as Golden Gates. Not even that. But because one of the first groups who came in, actually was a group called Zoloty Vorota, translated as Golden Gates, but what's really mean? It's mean heart to heart, soul to soul connection, gates to your heart. When you say your friend, you mean your friend, because often people outside of the United States surviving, and they depend on the friendship relationships. So without it would be very appropriate name for the program. Is it fair to all concerned? Who are concerned in this case, in this organization, in this program? I guess participants since 2003, over 40 groups travel through this program and participated. Each group will come, if they come to the United States, they travel between 15 to 25 states. Each group will travel through the United States between 6 to 12,000 miles. Each group will present the programs for up to 50,000 people. And one of the groups travel other way, the Singing Angels from the Cleveland area, 80 people. We made an arrangements to travel to Europe and to Russia. And when we started the program, we started with Russia because it was easy, my background, but later different countries like Ukraine, Armenia joined us, and when the young people would come from Lithuania, from Belarus, from Kazakhstan, from Georgia and other countries, when young people put together the program about their country, about their culture, they really break the stereotypes, your stereotypes. How much do you know about Georgia or Armenia before you meet with these young people? What do you think? I mean, I'm from Kazakhstan. If you didn't see movie Borat, you probably don't know anything about Kazakhstan. No, I'm just trying to be funny. I tried to watch that movie and I couldn't watch it to the end. There's nothing in that movie about Kazakhstan except the name. But when young people come here and present their program, meet with the people, make the friends, get in touch and connected with the young people, they break not only their stereotypes, they break their stereotypes as well. Because we line up the trips this way so they learn the best about the United States. They meet with the people, They visit local museums, they learn the history of the United States, they visit national monuments, national parks through the United States, pretty much for the 2 to 5 weeks. They visit and see all these places that all of us living here in the United States we're planning to see when we retire, when we buy a motorhome, and then slowly will travel around the United States and enjoy all these places. But here, when the young people come, they see all of that. Around 65-70% all the programs that these young people and groups present happen in the public schools, colleges and universities. Each group, before they come, they prepare that big study guide. We send it to the schools, to the colleges, and the students learn everything related to that country. And then, in a couple months, group will come and present the program in the form of assembly, performance, presentation, lecture, workshop, class visits, etc. And it's been very, very effective too. From the things that you heard so far, what do you think? Will it build goodwill and better friendships, ladies and gentlemen? It's difficult to imagine that that kind of program with us, Rotarians, leading this program, will not achieve these goals, because young people, they come here, they represent their country, good things of their country. They learn about United States, they learn about Rotary, they make friends, they make connections with the young people. They will lead the world, they will lead in their countries, and they will know what the United States is about and improve the relationships. So it's definitely there. But will it be beneficial to all concerned? If we talk about young people who participate in the program, 16 to 21 years old, and there were over 500 of them, chance for them to come to United States from these countries without being in the program is so small, they often have better chance to become astronauts and go to the moon in their own country. The chance to come to US Embassy, apply for the visa, pay the fee that will cost often their parents 1 month's salary, get refusal because embassies often refused and denies 80-90% of applications. You never get the answer why you were refused, and you never get your money back. This is reality. But here, they come here and they see, they learn about United States. They get, it's very beneficial to them, they get a lifetime opportunity to see the best of United States. Is this beneficial to the kids here in the United States who see all these programs? From the things that we hear from teachers and the parents, it's absolutely fantastic opportunity to see, realize, and understand that the world is much bigger than just Murrieta and California and even United States. We need to know how different and diverse is the world, because they will grow up and it will affect their future. Colleges and universities, they always like to invite these groups to be a part of the process. Different cultural events through the country, they always try to include these groups because they're true representatives of their culture. They're very good. And 300 to 10,000 people will gather to see their programs when we travel. Different denominational churches, they always open the doors because they like to show and teach our young people from different countries, this is the values our country is built on. This is the faith this country is built on. In God we trust. And we want to learn where you came from, what's the situation in your country. And for the senior citizens, it's always a gift, because they appreciate the traditions, they like the energetic programs, and it's always a great. It's biggest fans of this program, probably senior citizens through the country. And when we travel, we usually line up to visit between 15 to 25 Rotary clubs through the United States. And we often hosted by the 1 or 2 couple days by Rotarians, and offer programs for the Rotary clubs meetings, for the social events, for the schools, for the senior citizens, for the local college program. And in the back, we kind of pay back by doing presentations in the places that Rotary clubs often sponsor and support, like Boys and Girls Clubs, summer camps, and special schools. And performing everywhere, in the performing arts centers, Carnegie Hall, Kodak Theater, Olympic Games, supported by the people like Senator Durbin and other senators and the congressmen through the United States, like different mayors, different public officials through the country. in the, like, let's say Lloyd George, Supreme Judge of Las Vegas, the mayors of the different countries. This is the actual Kazakhstan embassy. This is Georgian embassy. We always get lots of publicity and the highlights from the media when the groups come to Washington D.C. They always do the event, and that embassy will highlight the event, and the media will call us true cultural ambassadors of their country, and Rotary manage this program. I think we're doing pretty good by putting the public image of Rotary to the general public, saying that Rotary Club sponsoring this Rotary Club supports this, Rotary connects the world, and this is just one of the ways for us to do it. And is there anybody who is here who had a chance to travel to be a part of the Rotary conventions in the past? Excellent, excellent. So you guys probably know, when you get there, when you're in the crowd of 10, 15, 20,000 Rotarians, by being there, you can feel that buzz. Goodwill force, like in the Star Wars, is there. And when you go there, especially at the conventions, you can feel, see, and understand how much Rotary puts the offer energy and resources to bring young people to the organization. Let them understand what the Rotary is about so they join us later. Especially on the convention, let's say in Toronto, Canada, a few years ago. When we're there, 10, 15,000 Rotarians sitting in the closing, and 1,000 Rotaractors will run forward to the main stage. They'll make lots of crazy noise, and we're there. We see them, we hear them, and we feel them. We know they're with us, they're part of us. We have the future, we have the energy. And another convention in the Hamburg, Germany, stage was there, like probably the size of the football field. We had to do 2 openings and 2 closings in the convention center. Each one was like 10, 15,000 people. And the young people led to go one by one to the main stage. I would like to be there one day. But there, one by one, they walk in there with the flags of their country saying, this is my country, Rotary is there, and we're proud to be a part of it. I think we're doing a pretty good job contributing to connect with the young people and get them involved, because over 500 young people who participate in the program, they go back to their country. They're already part of us. By meeting and visiting with you, learning about Rotary, doing things together, they join the Rotary Exchange program, Rotaract clubs. Later they join Rotary clubs. This group is a group from Ukraine. They traveled for 3 weeks. They met with you. They got so excited about Rotary, they went back, got in touch with the Rotary Club, with the district. They put together and chartered 50 people Rotaract Club. Just after one trip, we got 50 young people join us. It's happening every time. And I don't even talking about the Rotaractors and Interactors that we work with while traveling. Another sample, there's a girl. She was 16 years old. She came here to the United States, participated in the program, got excited, went back, graduated university, came back to here, got her master's degree here. Right now she's here. She's my neighbor. She's teaching in NC State. She got married, bought the house next to me, bigger house, got 2 months ago got her first baby. So make us feel proud who she is and how she attracts. You probably have questions how we manage this kind of program and money-wise. This is how it works. Everybody who coordinates the program, Rotarians. Everybody, volunteers. We figured out the way to survive on the donations and support from the different organizations and Rotarians, but basically most of the money we get when we travel with the one group, offering the presentations, programs, and concerts, we raise money for the next group to cover expenses and have same kind of experience. So we have some support from arts organizations, so from the private organizations, Rotary Foundation, Walmart, from the Mercedes, from the different colleges and universities. And in the future, if that one or another group will come to California, you probably see this 15-passenger van with the 15 young people, and everything what they need for the presentation will be there in the trailer. Costumes, things to perform, music instruments, even personal belongings and sleeping bags, just in case we got stuck someplace. Somehow I feel that some of you had chance to travel internationally. Can you imagine yourself for one moment in this situation, as I've been a few times? You're Rotarian, you're in other country, people speak different language there, you're in charge, there's a 15 young people, Rotaractors with you, 18 years old, you're driver too. You're driving 15-passenger van full of the young people, and you're pulling trailer. You're traveling through the place like Texas, and in the middle of nowhere, your vehicle brakes on the highway. Everybody goes 80 degrees outside. Young people support you, but you know they want to eat, they want to drink, they want to go to the bathroom, and you're desperately trying to start the vehicle. It doesn't show any signs of life. How do you feel in that kind of moment? Can you imagine yourself? It's a sweat, panic, fun. Actually, I've been there a few times in this kind of situations, traveling with young people. This is how it worked out. You take the Rotary directory, phone, looking for the closest Rotary Club, make a call saying, Mr. President or Madam President, you don't have to do anything. No. But this is who we are, this is what we do. We got stuck in this situation and we're very close to you. Any chance you can give us a hand? 30-40 minutes, few cars will rush in, will bring pizzas, will feed young people, take them, accommodate them, help us, put us back on the road, and the best friendships will come up from this kind of situations. Can you believe that? We will stay friends, we'll become a family friends, we'll visit each other in different countries, and every time when we start communication with each other, talking, we'll say, do you remember that reason how we met? That funny situation when you got stuck in the middle of nowhere and we had to rescue you? It was not funny then, but after realizing how important to have reliable vehicle for this kind of work and for us, for Rotarians, to lead and travel with the young people, few Rotary clubs thrown a few bucks in the bucket. Few people said, we're lucky to have a great life, but we would like to support you in your work. Mercedes-Benz said, we want to be on board and sign up as a co-sponsor, and we got this. We got 15 passenger 2020 fully loaded Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, 0 miles, sitting on the driveway and waiting when pandemic will end so we can continue travel, bring these groups to another million people through the United States and visit everywhere, including Murrieta in California. When we raise more money than we need, we donate it to other Rotary clubs and that do the projects related to children in need. Like one club bought the washing and drying machines in an orphanage in Chile. Another club bought the shoes for the all orphanages in Bulgaria. Another club used our money and bought the surgical equipment in Ukraine for the hospital that will serve over 500,000 children for so many years. So in the future, when a group will come, and they do come to California, I will encourage you to pay attention and maybe come and visit and see one of those programs. Or maybe plan to keep them for a day or two, so they can bring this program to your kids and grandkids to the schools, to show them around and tell them what the California and United States is about, to give them opportunity to bring it to the senior community, to maybe organize the event like Escondido Rotary Club just did the last Friday, supporting and sponsoring few programs in the schools and getting the auditorium, American Performing Arts Centers. It was filled with the community. This is the way to tell. We are Rotarians, we're here, and this is just one of the ways we connect the world. If you're thinking how we can talk with these people, because they're from different countries, they speak different languages, most of them take English as second language. If somebody has problems, Miami University backs us up. And they take free classes at the Miami so they feel comfortable before they come and visit with you. And from everything that I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you got that feeling, this is just a fun opportunity to travel, be entertained, and have this great opportunity to meet with the people. It's a fun. You're probably wrong. Just consider how many performances you have to done to reach 50,000 people for 4-5 weeks. Did you ever try to travel 12,000 miles in 4-5 weeks? And when you travel, it's hour-by-hour schedule. Travel, performing, visiting with the people, traveling, performing, visiting, traveling, sleeping in the sleeping bags, traveling, performing. Sometimes you hour-by-hour schedule in the middle of the night, tire blow up, and you're sitting someplace on the highway and trying to deal with the problem. Sometimes somebody breaks the leg and everything changes, you have to deal with that. Sometimes somebody gets the flu, and if somebody gets the flu, everybody gets the flu. But nothing stops. The show must go on. And after 4-5 weeks is over, these groups go back tired and exhausted. With the time change, they often sleep for 2 weeks. And then for years, they will call and will thank you, Rotarians, for that great opportunity that they got to, that made a huge, big impact that will stay and change all their life. So, ladies and gentlemen, after being with the group so many times, as Rotarian, I can tell you, This program and this organization is truly opportunity for everybody who is involved for service above self. And if you like more about the program, there's a YouTube channel, and young people putting their videos. Just if you subscribe there, you will learn everything what they're doing and their experiences from the trips. If you like to know the news, there's a Facebook page. I put in the chat, I put the links there. You can copy it and check them out later. If you put the like button there, you will be notified when and what's happening with the program. There's a website address, RCF, RotaryChildren'sFund.org. There's some history and the plans there. Also on the page, there's right there. There's a button called Donate. Just in case, if you decide to use that button, keep in mind, we were inspired by Rotarians. We were funded by Rotarians. Without your help and support, Rotarians, we wouldn't be able to continue that work. And I would like to finish with one more joke in today's program. If you decide that you do not want to support this kind of programs like ours, that done by us, by Rotarians, we will have no other choice but go to the Kawanas or Elks to ask for help. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for presentation. I hope you enjoyed this program today. And while young people in the background of me will tell you, Rotarians, thank you for that great opportunity that they got. Come to United States, learn about United States, learn about Rotary, represent their country here in United States, educate our especially young people, and build another bridge between United States and the world. I will be happy to take any questions. This is the program that I prepared today for you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, Vitaly, that was just amazing. Rotary never ceases to amaze me. The breadth that we reach across our world and the different ways we help out. So that was truly, truly inspirational. Do I see any hands? Some questions for Vitaly? I love the way you use technology to change your backgrounds rather than sharing a screen. That was very creative. Mike Strompo, you'll have to tell us how to do that.
Okay, Linda has a question.
Linda wants to know, how many trips do you do a year? I know that last year's been pretty.
Yeah, last group was here in February, and they were in California. They spent time in Los Angeles, in Escondido, San Diego, and then they went back. And when pandemic will end, now we have the two vehicles, and one of the newer one, as you saw. We're planning to have the group every month from different country will travel for 2 weeks in the one side or another side of United States. Our goal is to have the group and young people who will prepare the program and will be cultural ambassadors of their country from every country in the world. And I think we Rotarians can do that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great presentation. Yeah, I love your technology too.
That was really, really special. Carol Hernandez?
I was just wondering, how are the students selected?
How the students select? We actually have the team of professionals. One of the requirements, of course, they have to be students 16 to 21. But the groups, one of the main requirements, they have to be not just students, not just the young people. They have to be talented in something or be in the group. We will take the whole group or they build the group from the different individuals. They should be able to bring together and present some kind of cultural program so we can build a presentation around their art. Whatever they do, they sing, they dance, their choir, their circus, even if they play chess, we can build the program about that. And when they travel, they present what they're good with, and around that we put together everything that relates to their country. And it always works great. Every time when we bring groups, every time people who greet them will say, every time it's better and better. I don't know how farther you can go with the quality and with the fun that we have. So if you like the program in the future, if you think this is something like you like to be involved with, when we'll know, when the one or another group will travel to California, you probably receive the email. We'll say, ladies and gentlemen, you saw the presentation, this group is coming to California. Any interest to do anything with this group? And if you reply with yes, that's mean my presentation today was successful. And as the club, if you think you would like to be involved with this, keep in mind, I mean, we're not requiring the money now, but when we travel, we will have to set up some events and we'll have to raise some money for the next group to do same thing. So it will be based on the events where we can raise some money as well. So if you think about that, bring it to the board and commit to maybe put aside some money for this kind of international projects. It's definitely give us a green light for the future. You have the budget, you have a great people, we bring the young people and we don't have the problems. We don't have to run like crazy, try to chase $100 there, $100 there. We can just do the effective work. It's just as Rotarian, I can say.
Great, Vitaly. Patsy, I just want to, before you ask your question, want to comment that Vitaly has put all of the information about the fund in our chat box. We'll also include it in our newsletter again, and if anybody else knows a Rotary Club that would like to hear this presentation, I'll be glad to forward the information. So, Patsy, go ahead.
Well, that coincides with my question. I was just wanting to know if you were giving presentations to other Rotary clubs in this area, because we have several right in this area.
Actually, Patsy, the pandemic did the bad thing. It locked us in and it's changed our life, but it did a good thing as well, because we've been open to the virtual world right now. Can you imagine yourself 1 year or 2 years ago when somebody will come to the Rotary Club and will say, guys, can you imagine this situation? You will not go to the meeting. You will see each other in the screen. You will have to talk through the Zoom. 90% of the people will say, no way. You cannot teach the new tricks to the old dogs. We'll not go for it. Now we're all here. And this actual situation gave me the opportunity and other members of our organization to spread the word and promote this idea and the project. So otherwise, there will be very little chance that I visit your club. But now we just met and I'm glad that it happened. So as many as I can, I will be happy to present this program. Rotary Club, even in the last, in the end, we'll be happy to go even to the Elks and Kawanas.
My husband belongs to another Rotary Club in the area, so I'll be sure to give him the information and suggest that they contact you.
Thank you.
I've already sent it to the new Gen Club, our young club in the area. So I know Jen Smith is excited about getting that set up with Italy. So again, if you know anybody, just let me know and we'll send the information over.
Sounds
Anything
good.
else for the
And in the future, if we'll get together, ladies and gentlemen, if you host these young people, I can guarantee you it will be lots of fun. Lots of fun. It will be good and it will be fun as well. So, but thank you for the opportunity. I hope to visit sometimes with you in person, and we'll keep in touch. And I hope you enjoyed the program and looking forward to the future.
It was just great, Vitaly. Thank you so much. I know everybody really appreciated the information. So good luck to you. And with you in charge, it'll always be fun. I can tell that. And rewarding.